Well, good morning and welcome to today's ride. Today we're off to Stowe again for a pasty. I'd also like to give you a little bit of an update, a health update from my previous video. So come along, it'll be interesting. There's some lovely autumnal colours around at the moment. Yeah, it's very pretty. It's the first chance I've had of getting out since Storm Ashley rolled through. Let's see if there's any damage done, but it didn't seem that bad. A storm in a teacup, one might say. That's where that Mercedes tried to run us over on the Willen ride a few months back, well, beginning of September. Still waiting for Northampton Police to update their website so I can see if they've actually done anything. I'm not holding my breath.
Since shooting this video, Northampton Police have updated their site. The driver of the said Mercedes was prosecuted for driving without a reasonable consideration of other road users and was sent on a course. So my reporting him did help.
Another hedge, well trimmed, with all the trimmings left in the road for punchers. Already had one puncher this year from a fawn. Bloody nuisance. Great, I can hear the tractor up front that's cutting the hedge. Oh, I can see him now as well. The colours in that, wonderful. This morning's first little up. It's incredibly mild out for the time of year. Still wearing shorts. My favourite little tree coming up on the right here. A few years back I pollarded it to hell and it didn't seem to want to grow for a couple of years, and then last year it started to sprout and now look at it. Definition of a survivor, that. Lovely. Keep it up, tree. Ah, spoiler. Morning. It's always nice coming down that hill, apart from the bit at the bottom where you've got that humpback bridge and narrowing. You never know if there's anyone coming the other way and you have to slow down. Still, better to be cautious than dead. Here's my punishment for enjoying myself going downhill. I was saying, there's always 2 ups for 1 down. Well, there is in my world. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I've got a little bit of a health update to give you. For the regular viewers will know that earlier in the year I had a bit of a health scare, lots of coughing fits. At one stage thought I was going to die and all that sort of stuff. Wasn't a lot of fun. Doctor said I might have COPD, or at the best asthma. Yeah, and whilst all that was going on, I had my checkup for bowel cancer, which came back as a possible positive, which was a scare. So I had to go in for a colonoscopy, or a camera up the bum, which wasn't very nice. You have to starve yourself for a few days before you can take the test and all sorts of things. Anyway, while they were doing the test of the camera, they found a blockage in my bowel, so they couldn't get any further. So I had to go for a CT scan. The results of the CT scan showed an anomaly, a strange thing. In the meantime, I had another CT scan on my lungs, regular checkup for chest cancer. That was clear, but again, it showed up the anomaly. And it turns out that I have a congenital defect. That defect is a diaphragmatic hernia. Normally these are found when you're a youngster or a baby, and they operate on them because they're quite life-threatening. What it means, you've got a hole in your diaphragm and your organs can fall through, and it's that that's causing the blockage in my bowel. Anyway, it seems it's so rare for someone to survive with that without having to have an operation to correct it, that they did a little study on me, which is the only reason I know it's there. So, turns out I'm lucky to be alive. Morning. All right. I'm back to the COPD and asthma. The asthma nurse thinks I've just got asthma and she's treating me for such. And it does seem to be a bit better. But the congenital diaphragmatic hernia does answer a lot of questions. All the way through my life I've had issues breathing when exerting myself. I used to race as a kid. I used to get really sick, could hardly breathe. And then I'd solved that by doing loads and loads of sit-ups. But as you can hear as I come up this hill puffing and wheezing, I get out of breath. And it's because my diaphragm doesn't work properly. So there you go. I'll leave a link in this video to my last video where I started to talk about this problem. I'll leave it up there somewhere. And if I can't work out how to leave it up there, I'll put it down there in the comments. And you can go back and watch that if you want. Anyway, on with the ride. Well, look who it ain't. Right. Yeah, how you diddling? Right. Oh, yeah. Right. We'll see you again on Saturday, hopefully.
Cheers, guys.
See you, mate. Ta-ra. It's always nice to bump into Barry, have a quick catch up. Right, here's that hill I really don't like going up straight after lunch. Much better going down it. Well, here comes lunch. Here comes that bloody cattle grid again as well. Why they bother, they never have any cattle in here or sheep or anything. Bloody nuisance. Right, looking forward to my pasty now. There we go, lunch. Hello there. Hello. You alright? Well, that was nice as usual. Bit crowded. I thought these pensioners had no money. Nice having a chat with Fiona and Andrew there. Here we are, struggling up that hill again. Oh, it does mess with your indigestion. Hi there. As long as it don't slow him down as much as it slows me down. And again, he's not an F.O.B on a bike. Well, here we are, at that tree again. This is nice. I've got a tailwind and it's blowing me up this hill. But the best part about it is there's no noise. It's deadly silent. Really nice. I mentioned how warm it was. I've got almost 16 down here towards the end of October. That's unusual. That's nice, but unusual. That's got to be one of the best bits of cycling. Going downhill. Love it. Looks like they've pretty much finished that roof. Lovely job. Come around and fix my roof. Always like this view. Even better at this time of year with the colourful tree bits. Well, there's Milton Keynes in the distance. I suppose you can see it. Oh, you're not looking up my nose. Swing's still there. I'd love to have a go on that. That's it, another ride almost over. Hope you found it fun and informative. As I said, I'll leave a link in the description below to that other video about my health if you're interested. Unbelievable. Stop to let someone through, they don't want to go through. If you did enjoy the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you feel inclined, and press that notification bell so you know when I'm next releasing the video. And on that note, goodbye.